Hi, I'm Marlon Price again. This video is about preparing your program files and the document submission form. So let's go to the computer for a second. Let's say this week you have been working on the policy, on the standard rather, 301, annual firearms qualification. Now the standard says that the agency has a written directive requiring that all sworn personnel who carry firearms qualify at least annually with the firearms they're authorized to carry according to TCLOS standards, and specifies provisions for remedial training for those who fail to qualify. Now the policy that you have developed for this is your policy, say 2.2 firearms and qualification, and this is the sample manual's policy on that. But let's say you've issued this policy and your officers have signed for it, and now it's time to start putting those policies in the file as proof of compliance. So before you do that, one of the things we ask you to do is go down to and find that part of your policy that deals with the standard and highlight those critical parts. In other words, officers must qualify with the weapon they carry. This is your policy that meets that part of the standard. So you want to highlight that, and we're going to color that yellow. And then what's the other part of the standard? You have to have provisions that deal with those who do not qualify. So this part right here is the section that you have dealing with failure to qualify. So we'll highlight that one as well. Now you'll notice before we go that we've put little notations as to the standard number on all our all the paragraphs that deal with the standard. This would be a good idea for your policy manual as well. It does a couple of things. It makes it easier for you to find those sections of your policy, but also in the future, if a new chief comes in or somebody decides to change the policy within the agency, if you see that notation down there, you'll know that whatever new policy you develop still has to meet that standard, so it'll refer you back to the standard. So it's a good tool to use. So let's go save this now in our recognition program files. So we'll go find the file folder, go to Chapter 3 and 301, and we'll open that. So now we want to save a copy of this policy to that document, to that file folder, and we can close that out now. We can close out the standard folder as well. Let's go to that file folder again, because we've got to add some of the proofs now, and we have the document submission form and we have our policy in the file now. When we issued this policy, in this particular circumstance, we had officers sign a receipt for that policy when they received it. We also sent them through the training program, firearms qualification, and we got a sign-in sheet from that training program as well. So we need to go find those and put them in there. Now we've scanned them in, and in my computer anyway, when you scan something in, it goes to my scans. So what I want to do is I want to go find my document folder, go to my scans, open that, and here is policy 2.2 receipt. So I need to move that. I need to move a copy of it over. So I'm just going to drag it. So I'm going to take a copy of this and drag it over here into this file folder. And now I've got a copy of that there. I also did the training, and the annual training that we did, we'll move it over. And the training sign-off sheet, and I'm going to move that over. So now I have all the documents. I have the document submission form, I have the policy, and I have my proofs of compliance. So let's say I open up, I'm now ready to work on my document submission form since I've got everything there. I'm going to open the document submission form. I'm going to put in, I'm going to start here with Anytown Police Department. And then I hit Tab, it moves me down to this section. And I'm going to start with item 1 is Department Policy 2-2 on firearms and qualification. Highlight. Item 2 is the policy receipt by officers. Item 3, annual training outline. Item 4 is the training sign-off sheet. So now I'm ready to submit that, and I'll tab down to just below there. I'll tab down, I'll put in MR Price and tab over, and it's June 1, 2009. So I will go up here and save this. One of the things that I'll do now is I'll print a copy of this as well as a copy of my proofs of compliance out of that file folder and put all those in my paper file. Now the paper file, we want the document submission form first, then we want the policy if one is required, and then the proofs of compliance. That's the same process that you will use when you submit it electronically, and we'll show you that in a later video. So we've printed this, we're going to save a copy of it, and now if we close this out, we've got everything in this file folder that we need to send for proofs of compliance. So that's how you go about preparing your file folders, your paper files. We'll go through the submission of proofs of compliance in the next video. Thanks.